Into Back to Basics Live.
This is a special edition because we have been nominated for the Lemons for Leukemia Challenge.
Yes.
So we're about to bite into some lemons here live for you guys. If you're hopping on, make sure that you hit the like button on Facebook and YouTube, because for each like we get on these videos, we're going to donate $1 to this foundation.
It's all about live, so live likes. So those
Live
are people
likes.
who are watching before the end of this hour-long live broadcast. If you like, we're going to donate to Lemons of Leukemia, $1 for each like. Plus, we're going to show you along the way how to do live slow motion video. All this and more coming up next.
PTZOptics presents Back to the Basics Live. Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. A high-definition broadcast on Facebook, focusing on camera line tutorials with our Chief Screening Officer, Paul Richards, and our social media manager, Tess Protesto. Back to the Basics Live. New videos every Wednesday.
Okay, everybody, welcome to our Lemons for Leukemia Challenge. I had a friend with leukemia when I was growing up, and we were able to, it is a curable cancer. It's treatable. Sorry, it's not cured yet, but it's treatable. And it's really a cause that I think we both feel really good about.
Yeah, excited to take part in this challenge with you guys today. And it should be entertaining as well. For those of you just hopping on, make sure that you like this video on YouTube or Facebook, because for every like we get, we're going to donate $1 to Lemons for Leukemia. So make sure you hit that like button and enjoy our challenge here.
This is going to be a fun one. I'd also like to challenge everyone in the live show. If you ever do live video, everyone who's watching today, if you'd like to challenge you and your friends, get on Facebook Live, get on YouTube Live, take a bite of a lemon. You'll see us do this, and challenge 3 of your friends to join you and spread awareness about Live for Lemons, or Lemons for Leukemia.
We're getting all our L's mixed up today.
There's a lot of L's going on. We also want to challenge 3 people specifically.
Do we announce that
out
after
there?
we do the
We're going
challenge?
to announce our challenges after we finish. But there's 3 people that we're also going to challenge.
Accepting recommendations.
We're accepting
in the chat.
recommendations on who you think we should publicly challenge to join us. But let's start. I want to start. Michael's over here. Michael, can you show your BTS camera, your behind-the-scenes camera? This is Michael. And pull up your instant replay real quick.
Yay, Guido. Shout out to Guido.
Go, Mike. So Michael's going to be using his instant replay here to pull up 4 cameras. So we've got 4 cameras at 1080p 60, and we're going to show you how this works in just a moment. And we're going to take all 4 cameras into vMix Instant Replay. He's going to hit the record button, and then he's going to mark an in and an out to create an event. We're going to go into some more detail, but I just wanted to show you guys. And then he's going to go ahead and mix them into slow motion. We're going to show it in 10%. Let's start with a test, Michael. Just a test of me juggling.
Once again, this is a feature brought to you by vMix, a vMix feature.
We also are probably going to challenge vMix to do this as well. But let's go ahead, Michael. Start the recording, and we're going to go ahead and do a quick test before we do the lemon test. How long can I go? Oh.
Wow, I'm impressed.
All right, that's all I can do. All right, so we're going to show you that back slow motion, and you're going to see
That's
a
impressive,
little.
Paul.
That was pretty good, right?
Yeah, that was great.
So let's take a look at that in 10% streaming. Woo! There's Tess's reaction.
Watching.
We've got 4 cameras. Michael's playing around with the speeds here. I think there's one more camera angle, maybe.
This lemon.
Oh, that camera angle. That camera angle is ready for the bite. There's Tess smiling. And so that's what we're going to show you today, but we're going to make sure that all the cameras are ready to catch a glorious bite of the lemon challenge. So, Mike, are all the cameras pretty close to being ready for this?
I think so, yeah.
All right. So just double check all 4 cameras. Me and Tess are going to take a nice big lemon bite.
We need paper towels for this.
Lemons for Leukemia. Get some paper towels ready. All right. This is where I'm going to make my bite, right here.
All right,
Wait.
So you gotta lean back
Are you ready?
A little bit.
Lean back a little. Is that good?
Yep. And then
Wait,
keep it,
I'm
it's
scared.
not focused.
Can you just tap it and zoom it and
Are we
change it a
both
little?
supposed to do it at the same time?
Both going to do it at the same time.
Are you doing?
You have to. It has to be in preview.
Yes. This is not good.
The camera should be in preview, and then you can tap the.
Hold on,
zoom
it's
out.
blurry. We gotta.
There
fix
we
that.
go.
There we go.
I'm scared.
Oh,
All right.
got it. Are all
That
four
was
cams
fun.
ready? How's Tessa's cams
All
looking?
right, Tess, you guys have to stay like real still, like keep your back straight.
You know I'm live with like my mouth, right? In the but let's
It's
get
alright,
off
you've
of
nice
that.
teeth.
Okay, you ready?
All right, we're ready.
Hold on. We're gonna. Okay, here we
This
go.
is for leukemia. Please like this video so we can give more dollars to leukemia. All right, ready?
Go.
You're recording?
Yep.
All right. Oh.
All right.
Oh. We are gonna make lemonade with these.
Oh,
Oh. Did you do the in and out?
Yep.
All right, let's show it to him slow mo, and then we'll show you how
look
we
at
did
my
it.
perfect bite.
Look at that bite! It's perfect. Oh!
Look at those chompers.
Music, Mike. Music. Look at her. There she goes.
This is like the least attractive thing I've ever done on camera.
Is the music playing?
All right, switch to Paul.
Look at your face. Oh! 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 Another angle, another angle. Oh! Oh! Another angle,
Oh my
another
god.
angle of Tess.
My mouth is burning. This is my face gets red. Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Oh my god, this is bad.
Oh my gosh.
There we go. Boom.
Boom! Yay! It worked. Congratulations, Michael.
Perfect chunk.
Thank you.
What are you doing? My
I
lips
like
are
it. It tastes
burning.
All right. Thank you
some
so much,
sugar.
guys. Don't forget to like this video. We're going to give as many likes as we get live on YouTube plus on Facebook. If you stick around, we'll do a full count at the end. We're going to give all of those dollars to Likes for Leukemia.
So who do you want to challenge?
All right. So we're going to challenge 3 professional live streamers. Michael, cue the first challenge. Tom Sinclair.
Mr. Sinclair.
If you're out there, we're going to
We
tag
nominate
him
you.
on this post.
I will tag you. We nominate you for the Lemons for Leukemia challenge. Next, who do we have?
Boom, boom.
Jeff Adams. Jeff Adams, we nominate you for the Lemons for Leukemia challenge.
Jeff
and
is
finally,
from the TJAS Media live show. Dun dun!
David or Luria, whichever you would prefer.
Or both.
We nominate one of you guys as well.
We're challenging all of you and everyone out there viewing as well. We want to challenge you all to do this and challenge 3 other people. That's how these things work. You challenge 3 people and then it spreads like wildfire. So we're so happy to be part of this. Let's talk about how we did it so we can make this an educational live streaming presentation.
Yeah, the slow-mo feature that we just discovered with vMix is so fun, perfect for all you sports broadcasters out there, as well as some people that want to add some production value, you know, maybe in the entertainment industry or content creators alike. So we're going to show you how we did it.
So let's show the behind the scenes, Michael, and give them a little look-see.
Paul
at
nearly choked.
the setup here. I almost died. I'm not going to lie. So actually, sorry, Michael, let's start with our presentation.
Yes.
We've got a little presentation
I did have a perfect
that we'll show. And it's all about slow motion frame rates and understanding what the frame rate to use, really, because that's what it comes down to. If you're going to throw those up, yeah, what questions? What cable adapter? What was that?
What cable adapter do you recommend to connect the PTZ cam? What serial adapter?
So for video right now, everything is connected via SDI. And for control, we're doing all the control over IP, over Ethernet. Now, so Tess put this presentation together really quickly. Wanted to break this down. The very first most popular frame rate that we've kind of been trained is 24 frames per second. We've really been trained to like enjoy, that feels natural on the screen. When you go up to 30 frames per second, that's what we broadcast in normally. That's what we normally do because there's no need to have like 60 frames per second where we're using slow motion. But the next slide, when we get to 60 frames a second, this is sports broadcasting. If life gives you lemons, you take a bite out of it. I love it. This is our friend William Warfield out there. And if you're doing sports, you're likely doing 60 frames a second. There's a lot of fast movement. You want to capture that. And when people are watching sports, it's a lot different than watching a theater or a like cinematic movie. And the 60 frames per second makes sense. Now, a new feature with 120 frames per second, which we're adding to the PTZOptics cameras over IP, allows for super slow motion, and we're going to talk a little bit about why that is. So essentially, when you do slow motion, especially with live, you're basically recording with vMix specifically 4 cameras. They all need to be at the same frame rate. And so if we record 4 cameras at 120 frames per second, we can actually speed it down, slow it down to 25% of the original speed and still show 30 frames per second, right? Because there's 120 frames. Now today we're showing you we have all 4 of our cameras at 60 frames per second. So when we take it down to 50% speed, it's still showing 30 frames per second. So when we take it down to 40% speed, we're still in that 20 to 25 range of frames per second. So that really looked funny, didn't it, Tess?
Yeah, it did.
What did you think of that?
Pretty embarrassing, but it was worth it for the cause.
It really was. So I thought it was funny. And now, if we show the behind the scenes, I wanted to kind of show a little bit about what we're doing here. So if we show the instant replay.
Is that what you want to do?
Just really quickly, there it is behind. Yeah, it's behind that. So really quickly, let me just use the telestrator to explain this. So we've got 4 cameras in vMix. They're kind of falling off the side here, but that's okay. And all 4 of those cameras have inputs. There we go. They've been added as inputs. They're all at 1080p resolution. That's what we're streaming in. 60 frames per second. So all 4 of those cameras are being recorded in vMix Instant Replay, and then when we hit that record button, all 4 of them are being recorded onto the computer hard drive in 100 megabits per second. Now, we found that vMix does not work, even though it gives you the option of 25, 50, and 75. I talked to Tim about this. Really, it's good to stick with 100 megabits per second. It's the most stable that way, and it's the best broadcast quality. So, Michael, really quickly, if you put in the preview the replay, all right, so you can kind of see there. So that's the instant replay. So put it back in preview. So you can see there, as a vMix people, you might know, and this is the same with Wirecast and other places, preview's over here, and what's live is over here. So let's keep it in preview just so people can see. Now what you can do here is you've got an A and a B preview, and Michael has the ability to switch between those 4 cameras right here. So go ahead and switch between a couple of them. Maybe we can move the camera over just a little more. Just a little further.
Stuck in that beautiful shot.
Beautiful. Yeah, just slow motion on Tess, just eating that, or not eating it, taking a bite of that.
Pretty much.
So you can see here that Michael now has the ability to scrub between all of the footage really quickly. And then on the other side, on the instant replay side, maybe you can just drag the instant replay over just a little bit to the left.
For those of you just hopping on, we did the Lemons for Leukemia Challenge, and like this video on Facebook and or YouTube.
There we go. Actually, let's stay there for a
second.
second.
We're going to donate $1 for each like to this foundation.
And then just really quickly, because I know this is kind of a pain for Michael to be holding it like that. This is where he has the ability to quickly change from 25 to 50 to 75 to 100% speeds. This is where he can change between the cameras, and then these are the events. So every time he hits in, out, it creates an event that he can recall. And then once he double clicks those, we were showing how they change over here in the production software. So that is our presentation for today. Why don't we go ahead and do...
Do we know what version of vMix this comes with?
I think you need either 4K or above, but we should check really quickly. And what are we on? We're on. It's 2:15 right now, so we're kind of going into the Q&A. I know that happened really fast. It was really fun to do, and we just kind of showed it off pretty well there. We did our presentation on the frame rates. We kind of showed the software. That's just a really quick behind-the-scenes look at how to do instant replay. The main thing to think about is to keep your cameras on a high frame rate. And that's actually one last thing I want to show. If you can show this close up, Michael, is the back of our camera here. This is one of the USB models. So this model actually can do 1080p 30. But you can see at the bottom here, there's a legend. And you can see it says here 0, and it says 0 is 1080p 60. So what that means is on the back of the camera there's a dial, and the dial will help you change your resolution. So you want the dial, if you want it to be 1080p 60, you turn the dial to 0, which is 60 frames per second and resolution of 1920 by 1080.
It comes with 4K and
Reboot the camera, and then when it connects to vMix or Wirecaster, your TriCaster, you'll have 60 frames per second for sports, for slow motion, and things of that nature. Now, we are rolling out 720p at 120 frames per second. vMix does not support 120 frames per second yet. So I've asked about it. I didn't get a whole lot of response yet. OBS, I do not believe has replay, but you know what it does support? 120 frames per second, bud. So if you want to record an NDI signal, eventually if that ever is released, you could record 720p at 120 frames per second into OBS. And then use really great slow motion in post-production. I don't know of any live video production softwares that actually support 120 frames per second yet. That's really, really slow-mo. I don't know if you know any tests. Yeah, I haven't heard of any.
If you don't, I don't for sure. Jeff is actually in the chat on Facebook.
Jeff is? Okay,
yeah,
Jeff.
we did the Lemons for Leukemia challenge today. And we nominated 3 people in the industry, and you were one of them.
Jeff Adams, we're calling you out. If you need a lemon, let us know. We'll send one down to Florida.
Send one over.
We'll send one down to you. It's a cause that we care about. Everyone, if you missed out, like this video. We'll be donating $1 for every like to Lemons for Leukemia today. And this Friday, just really quickly, I'll plug our show for this Friday. We're going to be having... Am I looking at the right camera? It's that one. This Friday, we're going to be having our Let's Grow Your Show camera show where someone's going to win a free camera. So the way that works is we bring on 3 customers. We have to get 3 customers to send an email to either paul.richards@PTZOptics or test.protesto@PTZOptics.com. OBS does have an instant replay plugin. Oh, we're going to have to check that out.
That's awesome.
Stream Geeks episode coming up soon. We're definitely going to do that. Awesome. Maybe next week, if we need a topic to talk about, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because instant replay is pretty cool, and then we could do 120 frames. Oh, that's awesome.
He's way too excited.
Okay, we'll have to do Lemons for... We'll do something slow motion next week. We've got a lot of plans for that. But on Friday, we're doing our Grow Your Show episode where we're going to be having our customers come on, show us how they use the cameras, and then everyone gets to vote on who deserves a new camera for their show.
Are we going to reach out or?
So I posted it in the Facebook user group,
okay.
But reach out to us if you'd like to be on the show. We're going to choose the first 3 people who reach directly out to me and Tess to be on the show. And as long as you haven't been on the show before and you have a chance to win a free Z-Cam or a free joystick controller, it's going to be really fun. You just got to tell us about how you're using the cameras today, and the audience will decide who gets to the new camera.
Beautiful. And Jeff's asking, how does he have to do it? You take a bite into a lemon live.
Yes.
At your earliest convenience.
Here's the proof.
Ew, there's a... There's like hair on it.
So yeah, take a bite of the lemon live.
It's my hair.
And if you would like, challenge 3 more people. So that's the idea, is that if every one person that does it, they challenge 3 other people, and then those people then challenge 3 more, and it grows, and it helps with leukemia. Everyone, just spreading awareness is the key, and then, if you have the ability to donate, please do. So with that being said, let's roll the credits, and let's answer your questions in the Q&A session of this show. We'll see you guys soon. And we're back. So that was a fun show. That was one of the funnest shows I think we've had in a while.
It was fun to do the lemons.
The lemon challenge. So I was so